Hello! Did you know that sometimes the scariest monsters aren't hiding under our beds but walking among us? That it's not always the creaky doors and eerie shadows that scare us, but the terrifying deeds of a human heart? Brace yourself. Today, we're diving into a story so chilling that it will freeze your soul, a house so ordinary yet so eerie. Let me introduce you to young Abhishek Malik and his family. But beware, this is not your regular family tale. It's a spine-tingling account of love gone horribly wrong, a house no longer a home but a crime scene. Ever wondered what happens when love transforms into a bone-chilling nightmare? When the warm laughter of a cozy family dinner is gruesomely replaced by the chilling silence of a blood-soaked spectacle? Get ready, dear viewers, to step into the Bloody House mystery, an unforgettable saga of love, desperation, and a family that disappeared into thin air. Buckle up, because this is one hell of a ride you won't forget. Hey, welcome, dear viewers, to another spine-tingling episode of Crime Chronicles. If you thought you've seen it all, brace yourselves, because today we're diving into a story so chilling, so completely out of the ordinary, it will make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Picture this. A sunny afternoon, a quiet neighborhood, a typical house, and an unsuspecting boy named Abhishek Malik. Little did he know, this ordinary day would turn into a nightmare that would haunt him for the rest of his life. Prepare yourselves for a journey into the depths of human horror, where the familiar becomes the unfamiliar, and home turns into a house of horrors. Buckle up, because we're about to uncover a tale of blood, mystery, and the unsettling silence of the unknown. Stay tuned as we step into the world of Abhishek Malik, and the day he came home to a sight no one should ever have to see. This is the story of the Bloody House mystery. Imagine coming home to find your entire house painted in red, not with paint, but with blood. This was the horrifying reality for a boy named Abhishek Malik one afternoon. Picture a typical day. The sun is high in the sky. It's around 3 o'clock. Abhishek returns home, expecting the familiar comfort of his family and the humdrum of everyday life. But what he discovered was anything but ordinary. He knocked on the door, anticipating the warm welcome of his mother, but the house echoed with an eerie silence. With a sense of foreboding, he pushed open the door and stepped inside. His heart pounded in his chest as he took in the sight before him. The house he had known all his life was now a grotesque canvas of crimson. His family's clothes, the furniture, the walls, everything was covered in red. A chill ran down his spine as he yelled out in shock, his voice reverberating through the empty house. The silence that followed was deafening. It was a scene straight out of a horror movie. As the police arrived, they were met with a sight that would haunt them for years to come. The Malik residence, once a place of warmth and love, was now a horrific crime scene. The afternoon sun, usually a symbol of hope, cast a chilling light over the eerily quiet house. The initial investigation was riddled with complexities. The police had to navigate through a scene that was both emotionally charged and physically disordered, making it difficult for them to piece together the puzzle. The task was enormous, but they were determined to uncover the truth. One of the first challenges they faced was the lack of witnesses. No one seemed to have seen or heard anything unusual on the day of the crime. The quiet suburban neighborhood was shaken, and the silence from its residents only added to the mystery. As the investigators scoured the scene for clues, they discovered a series of puzzling anomalies. There were no signs of forced entry, suggesting that the assailant was someone the family knew or trusted. The placement of the bodies indicated a level of intimacy with the home, further supporting this theory. The police also found a set of fingerprints that didn't match any family members. This discovery led them to widen their scope of suspects. Despite the perplexing nature of the crime, the police held on to the belief that these clues held the key to unlocking the truth. In every family, there are secrets. But in the Malik family, there was one that would prove fatal. In the heart of Delhi, the Malik family was known for their unity and affluence. But beneath this facade of perfection, a secret was festering. A secret that was so potent, it would shatter the family's harmony forever. It was the secret life of their son, Abhishek Malik. Abhishek was not your everyday teenager. He was charming, intelligent, and carried a heavy secret. A secret about his identity, a secret that he felt he could not share with his family. Abhishek was gay, a fact he had been hiding from his conservative family. Living a double life can be taxing, and for Abhishek, it was a struggle. He was constantly torn between his true self and the version of himself that his family knew, loved, and expected. He longed for acceptance, for understanding, but he was terrified of rejection, of disappointing his family. His desperation was amplified when he fell in love. It was a love that was pure, a love that was liberating, but also a love that was forbidden. The object of his affection was a man, a fact that would not sit well with his traditional family. It was this love that would ultimately lead to the unthinkable. The fear of his secret being exposed, the dread of losing his family's acceptance, and the anguish of not being able to openly love someone drove Abhishek to a dark place, a place where he felt there was no way out. But who could have imagined that this struggle for acceptance would culminate in such a horrific act? Who could have foreseen that Abhishek's secret life would lead to the shocking events that unfolded that fateful afternoon in the Malik household? And as the truth emerged, it was clear that this was not just a crime of passion, but a crime of desperation. As the pieces of the puzzle began to fit together, the truth was more chilling than anyone could have imagined. The investigation had led to a series of startling revelations, but none as shocking as the one about the true nature of the crime. Abhishek Malik, the boy who came home to a house drenched in red, was not a mere bystander in this gruesome act. He was, in fact, the mastermind behind it all. One might wonder what could possibly drive a son to orchestrate such a horrifying act against his own family. The answer lies in a secret that Abhishek had been harboring for years, a secret about his identity, about his heart's deepest desires. Abhishek was gay, a truth he had kept hidden from his family out of fear of rejection and societal backlash. But love, as they say, can make people do unimaginable things. And for Abhishek, it was his love for a man named Ravi that pushed him over the edge. He wanted to be with Ravi, to live a life free of pretense and fear, but he knew his conservative family would never accept this. So he hatched a plan. A plan so dark and twisted that it's hard to believe it was conceived by a boy barely out of his teens. Abhishek decided to eliminate the very people who stood in the way of his happiness, his family. In the wake of such a horrific crime, the question remained, what now? The community was left to grapple with the chilling reality of what had transpired within the Malik household. The once peaceful neighborhood was now shrouded in a silence, a stark contrast to the usual humdrum of daily life. This devastating incident had a profound effect on everyone who knew the family. Friends, neighbors, and even distant relatives were left questioning how such a tragedy could have unfolded right under their noses. The local community was forever changed, a dark cloud of uncertainty hanging over their heads. How could a seemingly happy family have such a gruesome secret lurking beneath the surface? The aftermath extended far beyond the immediate community. The entire nation was left reeling as news of the crime made headlines across the country. This was not just a horrific act of violence, but a chilling reminder of the deep-seated prejudices and misunderstandings that still exist in our society. The tragedy of Abhishek Malik's story lies not only in the brutal end his family met, but also in the circumstances that led to their demise. It serves as a harsh reminder of the importance of understanding and acceptance. It underscores the dire consequences when love is replaced by hatred and acceptance by prejudice. In the aftermath, the community vowed to learn from this tragedy. Schools began implementing programs to promote understanding and acceptance, while local leaders took steps to address the underlying issues that may have contributed to this horrific event. They recognized that change was necessary, not just in their community, but across the nation. Despite the horror, the story of Abhishek Malik and his family sparked a nationwide conversation about acceptance and understanding. It forced people to confront their prejudices and consider the devastating consequences of their actions. It reminded us of the importance of love, acceptance, and understanding. In the end, this is a story of love, acceptance, and the devastating consequences when those are absent. It's a reminder that we must strive to understand and accept one another, for the alternative can lead to unimaginable tragedy. Before we close, let's remember that every story, no matter how tragic, carries a lesson. The story of the Malik family is no exception. It's a stark reminder of the importance of understanding, acceptance, and love, values that should be at the forefront of our society. And yet, as this story has shown, they can be easily forgotten, with devastating consequences. This is our call to action. Each one of us has a responsibility to promote these values in our own lives, in our communities, and in our wider society. We need to challenge and confront our prejudices. We need to create safe spaces for conversation and understanding. We need to stand up against hatred and violence. The story of Abhishek Malik and his family should serve as a wake-up call to us all. So let's take this message to heart. Let's vow to promote understanding, acceptance, and love in every aspect of our lives. And let's ensure that no other family has to endure such a horrific tragedy. If you found this video informative and intriguing, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such content. Together, we can make a difference, because change starts with us. And now, as we near the end of this poignant tale, let's not forget that every one of us has a part to play in this grand narrative of life. Remember the Malik family. Remember their story. Use it as a beacon of change in your own lives. We've shared their harrowing journey, not to incite fear, but to spark understanding, acceptance, and love. For it's from the ashes of such tragedies that the phoenix of change can rise. Now let's take this moment to reflect on what we've learned today. Let's pledge to do better, to be better, and to create a world where stories like the Maliks are a thing of the past. As we sign off, here's a resounding thank you for joining us on this journey, for being an agent of change. Thank you for watching, and remember, change starts with us. Share this video with your friends and family, and let's spread this message far and wide. You've been wonderful, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay curious, stay vigilant, and stay kind. Goodbye for now, and remember, every story matters, especially yours. Let's go!